how do that, chums, as I, Captain Steve, and I am now doing my review of Biomutant. I have now completed this game. I've clocked up a massive amount of hours. Yeah, I put the hours at the end. At the very end, so stay tuned for that. But yes, I am really liking Biomutant, despite all the reviews that have actually hit early and actually probably done the game a very big disservice. I am thoroughly enjoying this world of Biomutant. You can see here I'm on a mount. Yes, I got stuck on a railing. There are sort of like little glitchy things, but where don't you get those sort of little glitchy things in open worldy type games such as this? The game itself is beautiful, and the actual different locations are fantastic. There's resources to be gathered, there's crafting to be had, there's combat as well. It's just got everything. It's just everything in one small package. And I say small package, the actual map is freaking massive. Now, there are going to be swathes of landscape where you would go for quite some time before you come across an enemy encounter. And then there's also times where you hit one enemy encounter, you move a couple of 100 feet, and then again you're hit by another enemy encounter. I think the balance is actually quite good. What I would say is the things that sort of turn me off a little on this game was the waypoint markers. When you actually hit up a mission, it doesn't really give you an idea of elevation. Now, there's quite a lot of elevation in the actual landscape. Sometimes you think you're heading towards the right place to find out that it's on a mountain above you, or it's in a cave below you, yet the actual marker that you're on, you're standing right on top of it. That can be a little annoying. I also found that if you do set a waypoint on this game, it puts a little red marker on there, but sometimes that red marker disappears. You have to go back into the map and back out of the map for it to pop. Now, all these little things, though, chums, I'm thinking could be sorted in a quality of life sort of patch or update. I mean, I'm reviewing it based on how the game is at launch. Now, it did get a day one update rolled into that, but I already have seen reports that Biomutant and Nordic are working on another patch to sort of improve those quality of life aspects. And also there has been some crashes. I experienced just one crash in the whole time of playing this, and it was like a black screeny type crash, but then it sent the bug report afterwards with a video clip. So yeah, hopefully that's going to be in there. I had another bug where I was in combat and I pulled off my Wong Fu, and as I was hammering the shite out of someone, I got stuck in mid-air. And I'm not too sure what actually happened, but all I could do was parry. I couldn't do anything other than parry, so I had to let myself die before I could respawn, which took quite some time, because I'm OP. Heck yes. No, great fun though. They're the only bugs I really experienced. Oh, and there was one other bug, which I've got an actual video clip for in a bit. So this is the actual combat against different sort of meanies, and I really enjoyed the combat of this. Like I mentioned about Wong Fu, you have to do like 3 super moves, or special moves, to then trigger Wong Fu mode. And it's like this bar that goes down. You can do some crazy batshit bonkers kung fu moves during that time, and it's actually really good fun. And there's actually a little bit of skill in triggering Wong Fu. Now, a lot of the other reviewers that I saw that put out reviews day one, I was looking for them to see if did you actually do the Wong Fu? No, they were the ones that complained about combat. So I don't think they fully understood how to pull off combat. And it's like they also said about melee not being all that effective. Listen to this.
Might not need that now, but you will later. The deep cut.
Okay, well that sounds like I'm stoving people into the ground, and guess what I'm doing? I'm stoving people into the ground. I'm using them as frickin' nails. It's frickin' awesome. I'm just twatting the crap out of them, and it actually sounds like I'm doing them some damage. It makes proper clunky, lovely sounds, and it even comes up with sound effects. Yes, there you go, battering bonker. Heck yes, I am a battering bonker. I bonked the heck out of them with my battering ram. That didn't sound too well, did it? But anyway, look at him. Yeah, I think he would disagree with all of you out there that says melee feels like a wet paper bag. No, it really doesn't. It actually feels good if you've got the right weapon. Get into crafting, craft yourself a weapon, have some crafting awesome time, and have some bonkering great good time smashing people to smithereens. Heck yes, and it does actually feel quite satisfying. What I would say though, they haven't programmed in for haptic feedback, but this is not a PS5 game, it's a PS4 game. If they add that into quality life, and if they do a PS5 version where they upscale this, it's going to be amazing. Now, another one of the complaints during all the reviews is about the narration. Now, I really like the narration. Take a listen.
Pleasure talking to you. Says the sound from the mini-metal can drive you crazy. Says you're the dope-aliciousest person they've ever met. Finally, someone doing some good. Hopes to see you again soon.
Well, anybody that calls me seriously dopalicious wins a freaking golden medal in my eyes. Heck yes, I'm talking to you there, Gil. Lovely guy with a fish on his back. But no, you can turn the narration off if you don't like it, but I like it. It kind of makes me think like C-3PO in Star Wars, how he translates for all of the characters. It had that vibe. I love it. I really did like the narration. Now what I've done here is I've put together all the little mini clips from when I was playing where a trophy popped. I didn't get all the trophies. I haven't gone for the completed. I've completed the game, but I'm not going to get all the trophies and do every single tiny little element of this because there's so much in this game. I did probably about 70% of the side quest, but I know there's still some that I haven't done. And I had a thoroughly good time. But I'm putting up all of these little bits here so you can see the difference in the world, because there's all different biomes. There's biomes of different types. You've got to get like 5 different protection suits. And where I say I haven't done all the side quests, there's one protection suit that I don't got. Mainly because my bio performance is good enough to see me through that zone. But yeah, all of the world is magical and fantastical and whimsical, and I can't rate it enough. It's beautiful. This is like on par with Breath of the Wild, Zelda type stuff. You'll see that there are a couple of frame drops here because it hasn't been really programmed for the PS5. This is like a PS4 in a roundabout way, being upscaled a bit on my PS5. But it still looks fantastically lovely, and I really did get drawn into the world of Biomutant because it feels so alive and organic. Everything's moving. It's all wavy frickin' davy. All the plants are friggin' moving. It's beautiful. This game frickin' breathes. It's really, really nice. And there's mechs, and there's all different mounts you can get. I've got this little bat, dude. He's awesome. I feel like a Nighthawk from freaking Never-Ending Story. I mean, yeah, Falcor, the luck dragon, well, he can go whistle. I've got myself a Nighthawk bat. Heck, yes, I have. And yet you can ride on these sort of like weird little go-glide things here, or goop glides, which is like a little speedboat and stuff. There's loads of different mechs. There's loads of different biomes. I don't know why people have said that the world feels like it's copy and pasted and it's a bit repeaty. There are some elements to some of the things where you're breaking into, say, the outposts, and you've got to use a battering ram. You've got to smash it 3 times. I had to do that like 3 or 4 times. And there's a bit with the ping dishes, as they call them, the satellite dishes. You have to sort of lock on to find your hazmat type suits and protection suits. And yeah, those actual buildings, they look like they've been copied and pasted. Because there's a hole in the ceiling in exactly the same place in all of them, which sort of broke a little bit of the immersion. So I see what they're saying about copy and pasted resources, because there are a couple. And when it comes to buildings, it does feel a little bit lazy, a little bit sloppy. It wouldn't have done, it would be better if they actually changed those up a bit and made each slightly more unique. So yeah, there is room for improvement, don't get me wrong, but this is a team of 20 people that put this together, and it's amazing. The crafting, I love the crafting. This one fires saw blades out at rapid succession, like 66 of the frickin' things. It minces everything. Beautiful, awesome. And yet you get like a trophy for doing like a 7-star sort of craft there, and that is by far one of my favourite weapons. But there's so many different weapons in this game. You've already seen my bonking crazy hammer, which is frickin' mental, just stoving people into the ground. Little heads just stick out of the ground. Frickin' awesome. There's so much humour in this game. It made me smile and chuckle quite a lot, and I've really enjoyed the playthrough. I honestly do think that this game is going to find its way into people's hearts with no problem whatsoever. This is one of the bugs that I came across. So this is one of those ping dishes that I was on about, the satellite dishes. The controls should be on the front. They're not. They're on the back, and I can't interact with it. So I thought, oh fudge, well this is game over, because I need that suit to get in to get the mech. Not good. So what I had to do is reload my manual save from about an hour beforehand. So I lost about an hour's worth of play. I got back there. They were in the right place. Thank fudge. Otherwise, that could have been completely fudged up. Heck yes! So, yeah, there are little mini bugs, but this is day one. I mean, there's been a lot of AAA games with much bigger teams that have had bigger, more game-crashing bugs than what we're seeing here. So I'm hoping, touch wood, that THQ Nordic puts out an update that fixes some of these little bugs. Let's give them a chance to get the bugs done, because to be honest, a game this size with so few bugs is pretty phenomenal. I mean, I played Cyberpunk at launch, and that was a buggy arse mess. But yeah, I still enjoyed that too because of the game mechanics. But this hasn't got anywhere even close. I mean, yes, I've just mentioned these as niggles. They're niggles. They're not even things that I should even really be mentioning, but I'm mentioning it because if I don't, then I'm not doing my job properly as a reviewer. And when I say reviewer, this is an opinion. All of these reviews are opinions of the players. Now, I like things like No Man's Sky. I like relaxing games where you can just chill. Most of the time I had this on normal. I ramped it up to hard just to see if it does give a challenge. It does give a challenge. I got my butt handed to me on the plate, even though I know Wong Fu. I mean, it wasn't until I pressed on for about an hour and I got to quite a large meanie. I mean, all the meanies, all the monsters in this scale to your level anyway. But yeah, I did get beaten a couple of times, so I put it back to normal in the end. But I had such an awesome time with this game, and I've completed it. I'm now on New Game Plus, and you get to keep everything from your playthrough, bring it over to a new game, and because there's a light and dark thing, and there's so many different story arcs you can go off on, I feel this has got real longevity and lots of gameplay still in it, for me, even though I've completed the game. So if I had to give this a rating out of 100, I'm going to score this quite highly. I'm going to score this a 91 out of 100. Heck yes, and you can see here my play time. So there we are. I played it for a day and 15 minutes or so, and I had a ripping good time. Now, if you like relaxing games, it's definitely for you. If you like things like Dark Souls and a real challenge, it's probably not for you. So it's an opinion. And my opinion, this is a 90s game, definitely. Goodbye. Heck yes. I want to say a massive great big thank you for watching. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And thank you to my backers over on Patreon and on YouTube membership. If you do want to support this channel, you could just not skip my adverts. That throws revenue down my avenue. Or stay with Captain Steve a little bit longer and hit something on this screen. Heck yes, and there's also merch on this screen now. Awesome!